Hi everyone, this video is goes through the lab exam review part 2. So this is a map from last part, part 1 we created, and then load this map into the ArcMap. So for the first part, we basically get to know familiar with the open ArcMap, add data, navigate through layers, and use some basic selection and symbology features. So for this part 2 lab exam review, we will learn about data frames, basic projections, HBO records, and then more symbology and some geoprocessing. So we can start right now. So load the map from the part 1, which you created, and then load it to the ArcGIS. And then after that, after you load the map, add the base map. We add the topographic. It may take a while to load it, so this should be fine. Click close, and then this is the base map we added. So after we added the base map, we wanted to speed up the rendering. So we needed to change the coordinate system or projection on the data frame. So the data frame is basically the symbol collection of layers that render together in the same continuously geographic space. So like those Navarro strings, Navarro boundary, and the base map, and those two are the data frame. So we can right click on this data frame and then go to the property. So the data frame controls the coordinate system or projection for the whole map. So we can go to the projected. We can go to the projected coordinate system. Make sure it's under the coordinate system, and then go to the world. And under the world, this is a WGS 1984 web locator, this one. And then after we done, we click apply. And then yes, and then we click OK. As you can see, this map changed a little bit. Yeah, due to the different coordinate systems change. So after we do that, we wanted to, the next we gonna change the default geodatabase. The default geodatabase is where the ArcGIS put the analysis items by default. So we wanted to set up the default, change the default geodatabase. We can go to the file menu and then click the map document property. So here has a default geodatabase. So you can click this file browser. And then here, make sure to the data, to the Scratch geodatabase, which we want to set this Scratch geodatabase to our default geodatabase. So we click add. And then after we finish, we click OK. So here is this one is a default geodatabase. So after we done the finish the change the default geodatabase, next we're gonna change the symbology again because we wanted to see what's under this Navarro boundary. See, uncheck it is some like a content under the boundary. We want to know what's under, so we will have to change the symbology of this. We can change to Holland, and then make this outline west to 2. So see if it be changed to something like this. And so after you done those, you can browse the attributes here. You can no value strings. You can open the attribute table, and then check those attribute information to check out whether you wanna get it here. And then you also have the identity tool here. You can like check those from the identity tool too. Yeah, those are the attribute information. So for the attribute table, this object ID is kind of like a numeric data that sequentially filled added automatically to ensure we can reference each record individually with a unique ID number. So this one do sequentially and then increase one by automatically when you like increase the record number. And then this one is the table menu, table option, table menu. When you open it, when you click the menu, you can find out all the stuff here. And then this is add field. Later we're gonna use it, and then this has selected by attributes. And then yeah, you can have this when you need those functions. And then next we wanted to, if you want to select those records, those data, you can do here. Click this left, this little button here, and then you hold your left key on the mouse, left click on the mouse and hold the mouse, and then scroll down. You will see, and then it shows up on the map to show you what you selected. And then this is the attribute table to show what you say. You can click here to see the only selected feature, selectable data here. And you go here, those are the selected and unselected mix. So the map shows what you selected. So if you want to unselect it, you just click this one. Or sometimes if you select a lot, you just want to unselect this one, you can right click on this one, and then he has unselect, and then you will get it. So this another way we do the selection is a selection by attributes. So this is selection by attributes. We can select the records too. So make sure the layer is from the layer where you want to select the feature from. It's a no value strings, and then you can. So you can make sure this GNIS name equals to. So start the query here. You double click the name here. It will be shows up on this query box. And then get the unique value, which the value all in the column of this under this name. So you can check the one. You can check, you can get a what. Novara River. Select the Novara River. This one, double click on it. So if we choose all the value equal to the Novara River, and then you click OK, and then it will shows here, and it also shows on this attribute table. So if you want to unselect it, you click this one, clear selection. This is how you do this one. Yeah. So next we wanted to add the new attribute to add a new attribute to the existing table, existing features. So we want to do the we have to do the join, and join two feature classes together. So join, like attach join, basically is attach new attributes to an existing table by looking up rows in another table that has a same common field value. So if you wanna like join join other table to this table, you have to find a column. Without this column, the column value is equal to the other table. Then you can connect it together. You have to find the column. Yeah, sometimes it's like a ID or some category name or something like that. So right now we wanted to join the table on this the value string layer. We can right click on it because we wanted to attach the table of pre-compute drainage area information pay string string segment. For each segment there is information about the drainage area, so it's saved to the accumulate area data. So I'm going to show you later. So we want to join those two tables together. So we can right click on this and then do join and do joins and then relates and then join. So this is join attribute from a table here, make sure, and then choose the field in this layer that the join will be based on. It's com ID, and then for choose the table to join to this layer, it's accumulate. It should be in the source geodatabase, and this is the accumulate area. So for the accumulate area, it's the table recording the drainage area information for each string segment. So we wanted to know the drainage information. We have to, because we don't have any drainage information in the value string, so we have to, but we do have this information in the accumulate area table. So that's why we have to join those two tables. Make sure the value strings table has the information of the drainage information. So this one, we're gonna comma ID. And then for keep all records, this is keep all the records from the original table. And then we can validate join. And here we show 370 of the rows is met out of 373 records matched. Only 3 is not matched, so it's okay. We can close it. We keep all the records. We're gonna keep all the attributes from the original table. So we click OK. And then after that, we go back to the attribute table of the feature classes. We check if we already touched those information to here. And then you can see this attribute to the square kilometer. So so that's what that means. That's the total drainage area in square kilometers for each segment. So here for this number, it's for probably one of the segment, the area square kilometers, area of square kilometers, yeah. So this is how you join two table, attribute table. And then for next, after we join the table here, we got this column information in this various strings attribute table. So next we wanted to add a new field. We want to know which record has the square kilometer of this drainage area more than 50 square kilometers. If more than 50 square kilometers, then we assign the value to 1. If not, we assign the value to 0. So before we assign any value, we have to create a new column to hold those values. So we can go to the table options and then add a field. So for the name, yeah, for the name we can do drainage T and then drainage and then 50 SQ square kilometer. for the name of this field name. And then this is a short integer. As I said before, we're gonna send the value 1 as the value of this drainage record. Get the value more than 50 square kilometer. If less than 50 square kilometer, we're gonna send the value 0 to it. So we only have two values, 0 and 1. Those values are the short integer. So we select the short integer data type. And then for here, we allow no value. Yes. And we initial all the value as a null value first. And then click OK. So as you can see, we added this new field, new column in this table, attribute table, and then all the value was initiated by the null value. So after this, after we assign it, we can do the field calculate. So field calculate is we can right click on it. There's a field calculate. It's a tool helps us attach values to fields programmatically. So you can right click on that and then you click on it. So you're able to, so this is click yes. So from here, we choose a VB script programmatically to send the value to first assign all the value to 0, all the value in this new column to 0. Click OK. So you see here in this table, in this new column, you get all the value 0. So after we assign the all the value to 0, next we're gonna pick the records, which is more than 50 square kilometers, this drainage area. So we're gonna do the selection, use selection by attributes. And then we use the accumulate area to this one, accumulate area. Oh, before we select anything, we have to create we have to clean this area. And then create accumulate area to this one, and then let's make it bigger than 50. And then after this, we click OK. So it will select all the drainage area more than 50 square kilometers here. So you can see, you can click this one, see all the selected feature here. So next we're gonna assign the value 1 to all those selected feature. So in the ArcGIS, when you do some operation, it's gonna be operated on the selected feature. So let's right click on this new column and then do the field calculate. And then here click yes. And then for this time, we want to assign 1 to all those selected feature and then click OK. As you can see here, you can check your value. You can click on only select feature here. And here in this new field column, all the value was 1 since those features, those records already selected. So if you go to the original table, you can see the feature which selected is assigned to the value 1. The feature which now selected is assigned to the value 0 here. Yeah, this is how we assign it. So next we're gonna do next we're gonna save this those select feature to a new layer. So we can right click on it and then the data and then export the data. And then here say select features. use the same coordinate system as this layer's source data. And then you can give a new name here. And then you can give a new name here. We call this value VARRO. Now value strings 50 square kilometers. Yeah, more than 50. And then click OK. Do you want to add the export data to the map as a layer? Yes. So we can validate it. We can check this. As you can see here, you get all the string line with the area, drainage area more than 50 square kilometers here. Yeah, you can put it back on. So this time we don't need the, yeah, we need. So next we're gonna do some spatial drawing. So we wanted to find out what soils are near the portion of the watershed with large flow. So within this boundary area, we wanted to know what soil near the portion of the watershed with large flow. Yeah, with those all the large flow, we wanted to know what type of soil, what kind of soil near those large flow. So we're gonna do the spatial drawing this time. We're gonna create the buffer first. So let's create the toolbox here. System toolbox, and then go to the spatial analysis. Go to the analysis tools, and here has proximity, and here has buffer. You just double click on it, because we want to know the area around those big flow streamline. So we wanted to create a buffer around it and then do the analysis. So the input feature gonna be the, let's go to the result database. Gonna be the feature we just created, this one, this big flow on no value string 50 square kilometers more than, and then add. So by the way, the buffer tool text feature we already had, which this feature we already have the value string 50 square kilometer we get it from the last step, and give us new features with a specific distance added around them. So we create a buffer around them. A second. And so next we're gonna name this. We're gonna leave the output feature class. We're gonna leave this into the default geodatabase scratch geodatabase, and then we're gonna name this to delete buffer, which is the make this 200 meters, and then the linear unit here gonna be 100 meters. And next, it's good, and make sure it's for round planar and then line. And then after this, we're gonna click OK. This is how we created the buffer for those big flow string. It's gonna take a while. Okay, here we go. We get the buffer. I'm gonna change to other color, to pink. Easy to see it. So here you get the buffer around this big floor, like this the floor area, the drainage area is more than 50 square kilometer. That's we consider big floor here. So we gotta all the and zoom to the layer to see. We can zoom in, we can use this magnify. Yeah, we can zoom in here to check. So this area is buffer and this is stream flow. Yeah. So we can. And then we wanted to know what kind of type of like information about the soil along this within this buffer area. So next we're gonna going to analyze the soil of drainage of the stream. Stream we just created, add in a new, and then we needed to add a new data there named the soil navario, add data. And we can add from the source geo database. And here has a value, soil value, this one. And then click on close. You see all the soil feature classes here. You can zoom in this the soil feature classes. And then we can open the attribute table to check it. You see here, but there's no information about the drainage class. So we have to add another table, which including the drainage information, and then join to this table. Make this table include the drainage information too. So we can add data, and then we can add under the source geo database. We have this data file, my aggregate, and then add it to table of contents. So when you add the table, it shows under the list by source. So if you want to go back to the list by join order, you just click this one. Table won't be shown here. So when you open this attribute table, and then you will see here this class. 1 second. So this is a drainage class DCD. This shows like a where drained, the type of soil, like those some water excessively drain those information. We want this information join to the soil variable feature classes. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do some joins. So we're gonna do join and then add this one, join and then relate this and then do join. So this is a join attribute from the table. So choose the field in this layer that join will be based on. So it's this milk key, and then here this is the table we want to join, and this is we have the name of milky lowercase in this table. We can do it, and then also same thing. Keep all records. You can validate join. And here is completely joined together, like 1585 of 1585 records matched. So it's good. So then we can click OK. After you finish join, make sure you go back to this soil non-value attribute table to check how things going. So, and then when you go through this, you will see these DR classes here, what's joined to this table. So that means it's good. Okay, so after you join that table, next we're gonna to do a spatial join because we wanted to attach the soil, this soil information to our buffer, which we just create this 100 meters buffer feature classes. So because this is a polygon and then this is polygon 2, so we basically do the polygon join, spatial join. So the spatial join tool, it operates on the same basis as selected by location, which determine a spatial relationship between sets of feature, but it then attach attributes from one set of feature to another. So we go to the analysis tool here, and this overlay, and then you can do the spatial join, double click on it. So here we need to select the navigation. We need to select the buffer which we created. It's in the Scratch database. Here, this one. The various string 50 square kilometer and 100 meters. This is buffer we create. And then the join feature, we're gonna do the soil. SOL. And arrow. And then for the output feature, we just do this. We're gonna keep it in the default. And then we just change the name a little bit. Add a spatial, probably. Because it's spatial join. And then here is join one to many. Like if the buffer area has like a few soil data attached, then we can join together. And then make sure here it's intersect. And then after we done, we click OK. Here shows spatial join. It's processing right now. So this is a spatial join data. After we can zoom in to check, zoom to the layer. Yeah. And then after we done this, we can open the attribute table to check if the soil data is added inside this table. You can see here. As you can see here, he has a maggot dr classes wet. You see this show all the information about the soil tag. Okay, so after we done this, we have to try to join the attribute and try to symbolize the data based on the newly attached drainage class information. So we have to do some symbolic change to make a better view. So let's go to the right click on the feature classes we just created. This feature classes, the spatial, and then right click on it, and then go to the property. And then go to the symbolic tab, and then for the category here, yeah, the unique value, click on it, and then this for the value field, you have to check which we just check the column value is maggot. Okay, that's right. So make sure you put this one. This is about the type of soil. The DR class white will aggregate. And then here it applied added to all the data, all values. And it will shows the category with different color label on it. So after we done, we click OK. It will shows on here with different color. So we can uncheck this to check what's that. You can see this different color here. We can zoom in. You see, have different color, means different category of soil in this area. Okay, let's go back and zoom in, zoom to the layer. Okay. So next is about to visualizing the data. We just did it to like make different color, including it stands for the different type of soil. So next we can show next we also can importing the symbology to different feature classes. So we wanted to draw the drainage class for all the soil, not just the soil near the river. So we can copy the symbology all from the stream buffer soil layer, those labels to the soil river, to the soil net barrier layers. So we can right click on it and open the property. You want to apply the same thing to this feature layer. So we can click the symbology, and then it has an import. Click the import button, and then here will show your layer, which layer you want to import from. We can choose this spatial. And then after we done, we can click OK. And then for here metrics, we can choose DR. Since the column name for the soil tab is DR class wet here. So we make that, and then after that we click OK. And then it will shows all the same here. And then after we done, we can remove the outline. We can, like, for example, we can right click on it and then do the properties for all symbols. And here for the outline color, we can make this to no color, remove this outline. And then after we done, we click OK. And here we click OK. So it will shows the soil type here, those area. So this is about the part 2. So next week for the part 3, we're gonna make this map to the layout, which be here, and then we're gonna add some components here. So make sure you save this for next video, for the next part 3 of this lab exam review. Make sure you save this. Thank you. So this is about this part.